Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do. I'm going to be talking about some overhyped and underrated products from 5 different brands. Now this idea came to me from a subscriber. She left a comment on a recent video that said, "Your Wet n Wild and Hourglass Irritation gave me an idea. You should do overhyped versus underrated products from 5 brands." I thought that was a lot of fun, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. And the 5 brands I have are all affordable brands also. So if you want to see an overhyped versus an underrated product from these brands, why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I am going to kick it off with Wet n Wild because that is what she mentioned in her comment. So I recently did a video of products that I regret not trying sooner. So I can have that video linked down below. That's kind of the one that she was referencing in there. And in the video, I talked about this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water. And I was saying how much I enjoy this primer water and that I've never really been a fan of primer waters in the past. Like I've tried the one from Smashbox, I didn't see the hype with it, etc. And I said that I was frustrated because I've purchased other items that were more overhyped from Wet n Wild and I didn't like them, and I don't really hear anyone talking about the primer waters, and I think that they're really underrated. So I'm so excited that she gave me that idea. I love talking about underrated products. I've done some of these videos in the past, and I thought it would be fun to compare them to the overhyped. So I love it. If you guys ever have any ideas for me, please just always leave them in the comments. Oh, I did also want to say I did film this makeup look. This is from Friday's Chatty Get Ready With Me video, where I'm using products from my March Shopped My Stash, and I also have some good news in that video, so make sure to check it out if you haven't yet. But back to Wet n Wild. I have just been enjoying this primer water so much. So I believe they came out with kind of like an original primer water from a while ago, and then more recently they've released scents. They have the coconut, and I know that they have cucumber, and then I believe there's one other scent as well. I just kind of grabbed out the coconut one. I did get a PR package from Wet n Wild, and I saw this and I was like, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. And I started trying it and I was like, this is so freaking good. I have really, really dry skin, and right now I'm kind of still like peeling. I got a sunburn from my vacation, peeling a little bit, and then I just have dry skin in general. And this is so hydrating and it leaves my skin just looking more dewy. So if you are dry, I would definitely check these out. I do like the coconut scent, but I don't really hear a lot of people talking about these, but I think that it's really, really good. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm going to mention both of the products that I thought were overhyped because I did mention them in the regret video. But I said the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and also the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit like matte liquid lipsticks. I don't understand the hype on either of those products. I didn't like either of them, and I went out and bought them because people were raving about them. They were so hyped up on YouTube, especially like right around the time that they released. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, I know everyone talks about the smell, but it does have a very intense like paint-like smell, which is not good. But I think it's probably because of my dry skin that I did not enjoy it. I see a lot of people with oily skin like it, but definitely I've seen people that are dry enjoy the foundation as well. But I just thought it was so heavy on my skin. I thought it just looked like it was sitting on my skin, looked like I was wearing a lot of foundation, felt very heavy. I just did not like that foundation at all. And I'm pretty sure I bought 2 different shades of it because sometimes I do that. I'm like, maybe it's just I didn't get the perfect shade match, so it's like throwing me off. No, I didn't like that foundation at all. And then the liquid catsuits, I was so disappointed because I was seeing people raving about these and they were super affordable. You know, everything from Wet n Wild is so affordable. People were raving about them. I honestly don't even know how many lipsticks I bought because I think I bought like 6 different shades. I bought a couple. There was a very limited selection at my store here in Iowa, but I bought the ones that they had available, and I didn't quite love any of the shades. So again, I was like, probably the shades. I'll buy more. Like when me and my husband went out of town one time, I was like, can we please stop by the Walgreens? Because I really want to go grab a few more shades because I think that I need to love this liquid lipstick because so many people do, and I just do not like it. It is super drying. It did not stay on my lips. It emphasized all the lines. It got super like cracky and crumbly on me. So both the Wet n Wild foundation and their liquid catsuit, the matte liquid lipsticks, I think those were really overhyped, and I didn't like them. You know, sometimes overhyped doesn't necessarily mean that they're terrible or you don't like them. It's just like they get a ton of hype. But those were 2 overhyped products that I didn't think were worth the hype, to be honest. So next up, I want to chat about Colourpop. So from Colourpop, the items that I think are really underrated are their lip liners. I've been talking a lot about the Colourpop lip liners as of recently, but truly, I don't feel like a lot of people chat about them. You know, when I watch tutorials and stuff, I see a lot of people still using like the MAC lip liners and such, which are good. I do like MAC lip liners. I think that they're really nice, but I very rarely see anyone using the Colourpop lip liners, and I think that they're super good. I have Oh Snap and also Lumiere, or do I? I have Oh Snap and Lumiere. I think that these are beautiful shades. I think they're really nice. They're very creamy. They just glide right onto the lips. I can use them as a lip liner. I can use them to fill in the lips, and they just look so good. I'm very impressed with these, and I think they're like $5, which is crazy, which is just absolutely crazy. But these are just have become staples for my makeup bag, and I know that Colourpop just redid the packaging on their lip liners, and I think the new ones are available now on their website, which I think is fantastic, because I know as I've been kind of raving about the lip liners recently, I've had people say I really do like them, but I don't like the packaging. I personally have never had an issue with it. People have been saying like sometimes they open it and the lip liner like flies out. That's happened to me with like lipsticks and stuff, but I've never had it happen with the Colourpop lip liners. But I totally get that that would be a huge frustration. So now they have been repackaged, which I think is awesome. And I believe they're still the same price, which is great. But I definitely recommend the Colourpop lip liners, and I don't hear a lot of people chatting about them. And honestly, Colourpop has a lot of products. So I was literally going through the website as I was planning this video, like, what do I think is overhyped? And I had a few different things in mind, but truly, their concealers, the no filter concealers, I don't understand the hype on these. And once again, it's that thing where I bought 2 shades because I thought it was a shade thing. One day I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna stop doing that, but I don't know if it's in my near future because I keep freaking doing it. But when they first came out with the concealer, so many people started talking about, oh my God, this is the best concealer. Everybody has to have this. You know, a bunch of people that I really enjoy, you know, and trust their reviews, they were saying that they loved it, and I was like, clearly I have to get it. I picked up the shade Light Neutral 15, and it is so light on me. It is like so light on me. And so I was like, well, that's a bummer, but I also didn't really love it. But I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna buy another shade because I don't think I loved it. But then I think they like relaunched, or they came out with new shades, or something happened. So people started talking about it again. I was like, you know what? I'm making an order. It's, you know, affordable. I'm just gonna throw it in there. Got the shade Medium 20 this time, which is a good shade match for me. But I don't love this concealer. I don't see what the hype is on it. I think it's fine. Like, it's not the worst concealer, but I barely ever reach for these. Barely ever. A lot of times I'm reaching for these, especially this really light one, as like a cut crease for my eyeshadow, because I just don't understand the hype. I think it creases really quickly. The coverage is fine, but I don't think it's anything. Like, I kind of prefer more full coverage with my concealers. I don't think it has a great coverage on it, and I think it kind of breaks up after a while. So I do not see the hype on the Colourpop concealers, and I know so many people who enjoy these, because again, that's why I was buying them, was because so many people were hyping it up. I don't see it. I decided to include Morphe brushes in this video. They are more of an affordable brand, if you will, and they're now also available at Ulta. And I mostly wanted to chat about it because of the product that I think is underrated. I really do not hear you know, when I'm saying I don't hear anybody talk about this, that is a bit of an exaggeration, so bear with me, because like whenever I say that, people are like, well, this person talked about it in this video, and I'm like, I know, it's broad sense, you know what I'm saying? But I very rarely hear anybody talking about this product, and I really wanted to mention it because it's actually a favorite brow product of mine. So that is the Morphe Micro Fine Brow Pencil. I think this is an excellent brow pencil. I actually pulled it into my March Shop to My Stash. It's what I have on my brows today. Every time I do my brows with this pencil, I think that they look really good. It's very quick, it's very easy to use. It reminds me a lot of the Benefit Precisely My Brow, which is more, what, $20, $22 or something like that. And the Morphe one is a more affordable option. The Micro Fine Brow Pencils are $5, and I really hope that these come into Ulta. I prefer purchasing my Morphe products now on the Ulta Beauty website. Rewards, just like faster shipping, better customer service, and all of that. So I really hope that these come into Ulta because these are really nice. The shade that I use that I have in my brows today is Latte. But again, this is so comparable to the Benefit Precisely My Brow, which is a holy grail of mine, much more affordable. And again, I just think it's awesome. And I do not hear a lot of people talking about this. So I really wanted to include Morphe because I thought it would be fun to include, you know, just kind of a favorite brow pencil of mine. And then for the overhyped, honestly, there was, again, quite quite a few products that I feel like I could have mentioned, but I'm just gonna say kind of their brushes in general. I just grabbed two face brushes here. And again, I don't mean to say that all Morphe brushes are bad. There are some good ones from the lines. There's some ones that I've had for quite some time and they hold up really well, but I think that I definitely, especially at the beginning of YouTube and even before I had a channel, I was buying brushes from Morphe Brushes because so many influencers were talking about them and using them, etc. And so I definitely fell into the hype and purchased a whole ton. I mean, I've purchased like sets from Morphe and I've purchased so many brushes from Morphe over time. And I just kind of feel like, especially as of right now, there's a lot of really good makeup brushes out there. You know, I love Sigma Beauty. Sigma Beauty, I think I started purchasing even before Morphe because a lot of people also talked about Sigma. So I really enjoy Sigma. They have great quality. Moda Brushes has some fantastic quality. I love their metallic line. Delium Tools has some really nice brushes. Real Techniques has great brushes, affordable at Ulta. And so I definitely feel like over time I do think that the Morphe brushes, the brush line, can be a bit overhyped. And you know, of course we know about the codes and and all of that fun stuff that probably plays into it a little bit. But I feel like sometimes Morphe brushes Morphe brushes, because some of their brushes aren't great quality, that kind of undermines the makeup, because they do have some really good releases out there. And again, like the brow pencil, no one talks about that because instead they're talking about this brush or that brush or this influencer doing a collab with that. And some of their good products kind of get buried under all of that. So I don't know, that's just something I thought was interesting. Again, why I thought I would include it and include the brow pencil. And you know, some of their brushes can be a bit overhyped, if you will. I thought I would include CoverGirl in here because, again, the underrated product that I have from CoverGirl, I really hope I haven't been like switching these around, because sometimes when I get excited about things, my mind just goes in all kinds of directions and I know I can like speak incorrectly, but you know, it's not that deep, just makeup. But the underrated product that I want to talk about from CoverGirl, I just think is so good. And again, I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about it, so I really thought that I wanted to put CoverGirl into this video. So underrated from CoverGirl is their Demi matte lipsticks. So CoverGirl came out with these new lipsticks. I think it was like under their, is it their exhibitionist line or something like that? And they came out with different formulas in these lipsticks. The Demi mattes are so freaking good, and I think that they're so pretty. The shade that I grabbed out here to share is in Trending, and I will do a swatch of this. This is just a really nice kind of like me nude, kind of a pinky nude, pinky brownie nude, I would say. But the formula is so good. It glides on really creamy. It applies so easily. Nice pigment to it. It does look a little bit more matte on the lips, but it's not like a liquid lipstick. It's not drying. You know, even though I have drier lips, it doesn't emphasize a lot of those lines. It stays on really well. Like, it holds up pretty solidly. Super easy to reapply. I like this formula so much, and I really don't hear a lot of people chatting about this one from CoverGirl, and I think that these are great. So their Demi matte lipsticks I think are really good. The cream one that came out with this as well, not my favorite. I feel like it's a little bit messy. I get quite a bit, like I get transfer with this one, but I feel like the other one is just like messy and moves around a lot, etc. So the Demi matte line, so good. And then for the overhyped, honestly, I think a lot of CoverGirl mascaras are overhyped. I have the Flourish one here. I like the Lash Blast. I think that it's okay, but that's like an Allure award winner, and I think that like it's just okay. I hear people talk about their Clump Crusher a lot, and I just don't get into the hype with the CoverGirl mascara. And when they release a new one, I'm always just kind of like, I don't love their mascara. But I will say their new Exhibitionist mascara, I've recently been trying that one out. That one is really, really good actually. So I do want to make sure I say that because I've been having a good time trying that out. But a lot of like their more like old school, I guess, maybe mascaras, I just don't see the hype with them. So I thought that's what I'd include for CoverGirl. And then to finish it off, I thought I would do NYX Cosmetics. So one of my favorite concealers, a concealer that I think is so good, but I don't hear a ton of people talk about. This is from NYX. This is the HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. I have heard a few people talk about this, just like sprinkled in here and there, but honestly, not a lot, and I'm kind of surprised because I think that it's a really good full coverage concealer. It blends out super easily. I just think that this is bomb. The shade that I have is in beige. I actually pulled this into my March Shop to My Stash, and it is what I'm wearing today that I filmed in that Get Ready With Me video. I just think that it's really solid, really good, and again, it's NYX. It's more affordable. NYX isn't the most affordable drugstore line, but again, I just think that's a really good option if you like more of a full coverage concealer. Check out the HD one from NYX. I don't think enough people talk about it. And then the product that I think is overhyped from NYX is one that I don't have anymore, but I have tried it. It is their brow pencil, and it's supposed to be like the dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've also said in the past that I don't like the Anastasia Brow Definer, Brow Wiz, I believe it is. I don't like that one from Anastasia either, and I do think that the NYX is a really good dupe for it, but the reason I don't like the NYX is the same reason I don't like the Anastasia. I feel like it's harder to use. I feel like I just have to press hard. I like lose my brows as I've used both of them because I'm like pressing so hard on it. I just don't feel like my brows look good when I use the Brow Wiz, and when I was testing out the NYX, I don't think it looks good either, because I actually bought the NYX first because so many people were hyping it up, saying that it's a dupe for the Anastasia, and I wasn't like quite into brows yet, so I was like, well, I should buy the dupe for it because, you know, obviously I don't want to spend that kind of money on it if I'm still trying to learn brows. And I was like, ew, I don't like this at all. And then like quite some time later, I bought the Anastasia and I was like, ew, I don't like this at all either. But man, it really is like the NYX. So I'm just not a fan of that one either. And I still consistently hear people talk about, recommend, hype up that one from NYX, but I'm just not a fan of the brow pencil. But after that, that is going to wrap it up for today's video, chatting about 5 different brands and picking out an overhyped and underrated. Hopefully I've got that right this whole video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Again, thank you for the suggestion. If you have any other video ideas for me, please do leave them in the comments and I would love to check those out. But leave some of yours in the comments down below. Maybe these brands or just some other brands. Or also if you want to see the high-end edition of this video, let me know and I could definitely do that one as well. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.